Hey everyone, thanks for joining us today. My name is Alex Paterick. I will be your host for the next 2 hours. I'm joined today with Zachery Nielson. He's going to be taking us through some designs, and welcome.
Yeah, ready to get started. So excited.
Yeah, thanks everyone for joining in. Those that have been following along all day, thanks for sticking around. This is going to be a really fun one. Really excited to be here. Pardon me. And don't forget that we have a chat and win challenge going on. So in about a half hour, we're gonna see those that are active in the Behance chat. So if you're watching on Behance, you're good to go. Just start to, put those comments out there. We'll interact with you a little bit. You can ask questions, we'll try to answer them. And in around 30 minutes, like I said, we'll choose one of you to win a prize. And I think that prize is right here, so I'll grab it. These really, really great.
Sweet socks.
Sweet socks. You have a pair.
I have several pair.
You have several pair. He can be testimonial to how great. These are actually his pair. You will get his pair of socks. No, they're clean. But yeah, awesome. Do you want to talk a little bit about what you want to chat with?
Sure.
Today?
So today I'm going to be doing a desktop experience for a business website. And I think I'm going to go toward a lawyer type website just because it's a service. It can be used in many different platforms. A lot of people will be able to use that in their own designs. So yeah, we're going to start with the desktop experience today, and I'm ready to dig in.
Oh, I'm super excited. It's going to be good. Yeah, so as you can see, Zach's screen is up right now.
Yep.
I just want to say hi to everyone on chat that's saying hi's to us right now. We see a couple familiar people in there that I saw earlier, like Ryan Ford. I saw you around before. So thanks for joining us, and yeah, we can get going. So why did you choose this as the topic? What's the...
Well, business websites, number one thing I have had to design in my career, so I figured I know a lot of people that are trying to become designers or are new in design, potential people watching the stream, want to know how to make great business websites. So I figured it'd be a great topic to do.
Yeah, I think
kick off the stream.
I think it's something everyone can relate to. Everyone, I mean, at one point or another, if you're getting into UI design, you're probably going to be doing
absolutely, yeah,
going down that path, and
especially at the beginning.
Yeah, especially at the beginning. It's yeah, this is going to be great. It's going to be really helpful. I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about your history as a designer and kind of talk us through that.
Well, I started about 11 years ago now, which is really the beginning of when I started getting paid to make websites.
Yeah.
But before that, really, my grandpa was a web developer, so he started teaching me development stuff. From there, I realized I like design a lot more than I like developing. Yeah. And at the time, it's funny, I had no idea that there was a separation at the time.
Yeah.
I thought the web designer did the development, did everything, but come to find out that's not at all how the industry works. But I'm super happy about that. I love being able to focus on design now.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, that's pretty unique. Your grandpa was in web development.
Yeah. He still is doing it today. It's crazy.
That's really cool. Did you ever partner with him on things? Or?
No, actually, we never really did anything too serious together. He helped me create my first website and pretty much let me take the lead from there.
That's awesome. And you have a little bit of development background and stuff like that.
Yeah, I've been doing WordPress development on most of my sites for the past 5-10 years. More into recently where I've been hiring other developers to do stuff, and I've been focusing on design.
Yeah, the experience, you can segment that, and then you don't have to worry about what your constraints are. You can just have them do it.
But at the same time, I think that's great because when you know how things have to be made, it really helps your design process because you know, well, this is not impossible. I know how this is going to work, and I think it just really helps your design thinking.
Oh, for sure.
To know some development stuff.
No, I totally agree with that because when you're building all the components, it helps to have that reference in mind. Like, okay, this is how it's going to have to be structured when you're building for responsive and things like that.
Absolutely.
So yeah, this is going to be great. He has over a decade of experience making money doing this. So
yeah, I guess that's true, huh?
If you have any questions or you want to know some tips or you have some hang-ups in the chat, let us know. We'll answer them. I'm sure he's run into a lot of the same issues and would be happy to kind of take you through it or just talk to it.
Awesome. So I'm going to start with doing some wireframes actually in XD. I know a lot of people don't do that and they just like to do it on paper or whatever. But I'm actually going to do it in here. I'm going to do it pretty quickly, usually just using the square tool, nothing too crazy, just to give some basic structure. So I'll start out with the home page.
Ooh, so you're one of those people that actually name all their artboards.
I don't name my layers, but I name my artboards. That's it. Just for a little bit of organization.
I have the worst, what is it called? Like layer and artboard sanitation. Like,
right.
Everything's just -1, -2. So
absolutely.
Be like Zach. Yeah, while you're getting set up there, I also want to mention that we do have the Adobe Live Challenge today. So if you're in the stream right now, watching on Behance, you should see a tab up top that says Challenge. Feel free to go into there and read up on the rules, and you can submit your link, and then at the end of this, we'll go pick a winner, and it's going to be a fun one.
Awesome.
Awesome. So walk us through a little bit what you're...
So right now, I'm kind of thinking I want to do a bunch of big content boxes for the homepage, filling up with some nice images. So I'm kind of creating the wireframe version of those pictures right now.
Nice, and I see you're using the handy dandy.
Yeah, Repeat Grid is great for wireframing for sure.
Tip number 1, if you haven't used it, use it.
Start using that right now.
Great. I guess we could actually take a little bit of a step back and talk about XD. That's your tool of choice these days. Those of you, I'm hoping you know a little bit about it, but if you don't, it's a great tool for designing, prototyping, and sharing your designs. And if you don't have it, today is a great day to start, because we have just announced that there's XD starter plan. So you can get XD for free. You can follow along with Zach as he's designing this. Just give it a shot. You have nothing to lose. Yeah, it's a good day to start being an XDer.
Absolutely. That's so cool to see that you guys are doing the free version now.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of like we were talking about a little bit earlier, just how you get into it and having like those barriers kind of taken down for design. It's a great moment. So
absolutely, super
happy for the team. I'm a designer on XD, just for reference. I don't think I mentioned that earlier to anyone. So I help build these tools inside of XD actually. So we build XD inside of XD.
That's so cool.
Yeah, we can say we eat our own dog food in that sense. We believe in our own product. But yeah.
Sweet.
Oh, so we have a question by Scott. He said you didn't see what dimensions you used for this.
I just used the default desktop right when you open XD.
Okay, so if you go over to the artboard tool, if you don't mind, you can see that there's a nice list of presets too. So if you aren't sure how you want to start, XD has that covered. You can pick mobile, you can pick desktop, web, like however you need to use it.
Right, and then I use the web 1920 right there at the bottom. So now I'm just creating another artboard just for another page.
Yes, Anita, it's very Inception-like. It's building XD inside of XD. It gets a little frustrating because you click on something that's not the color swatch tool. It's the actual design in it, and nothing happens, and you look like an idiot. And hope nobody saw you do it.
So I'm just thinking the about page for the next one.
Cool.
Get that one wireframed up.
Do you have like a standard set of like pages that you like to start with?
I mean, it depends on the website. For business websites like this, it's usually homepage, about, contact, and services.
Yeah.
The basic ones you would think of for making a business website.
Cool. So you're keeping it pretty generic to start because you just want to get the flow down.
Right. And, I think it's good to stick with the fundamentals for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to overcomplicate things or get too tricky when there's like, nice clean design is the place you start with.
Right.
Have we talked about what the business is?
I mentioned just a little bit that it's going to be for a lawyer firm.
Lawyer firm. Yeah. Awesome. The lawyer firms historically. Not
websites.
The prettiest. I don't know why that is.
I don't think I've ever seen a good one.
I guess you don't go shopping around on websites for a lawyer.
Right.
Maybe.
I think these days it's changing though.
You're probably right. I think the industry's catching up with them. They need to put a little bit more energy into it.
Absolutely.
No more GeoCities websites. If anybody remembers GeoCities, that might have aged. All
right.
So I'm going to answer Colby's question about is there a way to create mock-ups that represent a live camera within your app? Currently, there is not. You could fake it by just throwing an image in there and just In the context of a camera, you can, all the UI that surrounds it, you generally get that idea across. So we don't have that today, but maybe that's something we want to support in the future. That's good feedback.
Yeah, for sure. I've actually done something like that before, and I just used a picture or a blank screen to represent the camera.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, throw things out there that you want in XD, you know, I can relay that to the team. We're always looking for good ideas, seeing what the people want, and we want to deliver those too. We're designers, and we love all those things too. So keep those coming. Henris, you're asking about what about free XD? I don't know if maybe you didn't hear the pitch earlier about we're going to a starter plan, so you can get into XD for free. You don't need to buy a subscription to it. It's now just download it. There might be a little link at the top of your chat box in Behance that'll take you right to the download page.
Sweet.
And we have a lawyer website name suggestions.
Oh, great.
Filing in. So sue me. That's
sue me. That's great.
I think that was one of my fantasy football team names at one point, because I'm a Detroit Lions fan, and Dynamic Sue was a player on the team, and I think that was my name. So awesome. I'm a fan.
Sweet.
To Manu, we do not have GIF support in XD today. It's definitely something we're thinking about, and we want to get into a little bit more higher fidelity prototyping things. So great feedback that that's something you want. We'll work on that.
Sweet. That'd be fun to throw in here.
Yeah, GIF support. I know I've been wanting it for a while. So
yeah, I never even thought of that.
You know, the possibilities are endless.
It really is.
Some GIFs in there.
All right, so finish up the contact page.
Ooh, Tammy also a Lions fan. Nice. Nice. We should do a little roll call, see where is everyone at? Where are you guys watching from? You can get city, state, country, it doesn't matter. Throw it out there. Let's see where our audience is today.
Yeah, for sure.
And I could pander a little bit better. If that's the case.
Right. All right, so I'll clear that.
Which one did we go on to? Last time I looked, you were at the About page.
Yeah, I'm finishing up the contact page right now. I think I got all the pages I want to do.
Cool.
Wireframed up.
Cool. Ooh, we have Aruba, Earth. I know a couple people from Earth. Chicago, all right.
I can't believe I've never seen someone say Earth before.
Yeah.
On one of these.
That's how you identify, that's fine. South Africa, nice. Globetrotting today. Israel, Canada, Liverpool. Oh yeah, we got a good. Oh, I can't get behind the Packers, man. I can't. Sorry. Berlin, Kansas, nice. We got a good crowd going right now from all over.
For sure. All right, so I think I'm pretty good with my wireframe. I'm pretty happy with it.
Mm-hmm.
Just double check all the pages real quick.
Ooh, see, I can get behind Raiders if we're talking football. But
Yeah.
I live in Oakland, so.
Oh, sweet, yeah.
They kind of remind me of the Lions, so they're my second team.
For sure. All right, well, I think I'm ready to move to the next stage.
Cool.
Start turning this into some actual content. Yeah.
So maybe let's zoom out a little bit and see what we have flowing right now.
Yeah, I think the last person messed with the mouse setting, so it's not letting me zoom out with the mouse.
Oh no. If you want to change that real quick, you can. If it's gonna linger a little bit.
So we could just use this.
Get
this coming out. There we go.
Nice. Okay, so we have a home screen. We have a contact, or is that what's the second one?
It's our firm about page, basically.
About page. Awesome.
And then services and contact.
Cool. So these are like your stencils, almost like a super just high level.
Yeah.
Here's how we're gonna lay it out. It's really important to kind of know what you have to build still.
For sure.
So laying it out pretty quick and early, I think, is pretty useful.
Yeah, I think it's great to do your wireframing in XD just because you can visually see everything that you need to work on versus having it on paper. That's just how I work, for sure.
I'm I can draw a box in XD quicker than I can draw a box on paper. So.
Right, that's true.
So yeah, it's a good plan.
For sure. So the next thing is we do need a name for this. So if you guys have any suggestions, definitely drop them again so we can pick one.
Mm-hmm.
Then we'll switch this box with a...
I saw there was Sosumi, there was Objection.
Yeah, I like the Sosumi so far.
Yeah, keep them coming, trying to recall them. And again, stick around, chat participation. We have a prize coming in about 13 or so minutes, and your participation is going to be part of that.
Just while we're waiting, just swap that out so you can start to see what I'm trying to do here.
Right.
Change this font.
So are you a symbols user in XD?
I don't use them very often, actually.
Right. I want, like, once you start to use them, you love them, but until you do, you just,
Makes sense, for sure.
Hmm.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people use them.
So this would be a good opportunity, because if you make this a symbol and paste it on all your pages, you just have to update it in one spot.
Right, true. Yeah, I think that's pretty much the time I use it most is for logos and stuff, if you're just doing a text logo or something.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, these squares represent the menu, so I'm just gonna delete that and put in some text menus here.
Awesome.
Linking to all the pages we made.
Yeah, so a little bit more about our challenge, our Adobe Live challenge. Again, if you go to that tab up above in the chat on Behance, it's a 3+ screen challenge. You make 3 screens about personal productivity, and send us a link on the form in that little section, and then we're gonna go through them later on and pick the winner. The winner, of course, wins a year subscription to Creative Cloud, so it's not nothing. It's a
really awesome.
It's a pretty cool gift, or prize, I should say. So yeah, so keep working on them while you're watching or listening to us on the stream, and yeah, submit those. Let's see them. It's always fun to go through them all and see how people come up with just different approaches and kind of creative takes on something.
For sure. Just trying to look at some of the names people were sending.
Forked Tongues.
Forked Tongues.
I did see that one earlier.
I think I'm liking the Sosumi one.
Sosumi is good. It kind of brings us like new age,
right,
like startup to a lawyering firm.
It definitely does,
which is good.
Kind of looks good on there too.
Yeah, there's a lot of playfulness in the type.
For sure. So let's get that switched out.
Colby, is there an XD phone app which can preview your mockups? Yes, there is. You can download it on iPhone and Android. And on Mac, you can plug in and get a live view just directly to your phone. When you hit the little phone icon in the top right corner of XD. And otherwise, you can share a prototype, and it'll show up in your Creative Cloud folder on there, so you don't even have to have it connected. And it's really easy to get a really good feel for what your mock-up's going to be looking like.
Yeah, I'll actually be using that tomorrow when I'm doing my mobile app design.
Oh, perfect. That's great. It's always a fun thing to show. It's like, and any change you make on your screen will show up right on your phone immediately in real time, mostly real time, which is really cool. So you can pretty much just have that set up and just kind of stare it down as you're making little tweaks to how you want it to feel. Let's see. What about some mouse hover action? Yes, we are working on that. We definitely want that, and it's going to come soon. I see an Adobe Live extension. I'm not even familiar with that. That sounds cool. Seeing some questions about some features in XD that people want or are waiting for. Fixed elements and scrolling artboards. So you can today Oh, in scrolling artboards. Okay, I see. Yes. Again, somebody just previewed that on our team. I think it was Andrew, one of our directors. He was showing off a little bit of those features, and you know, if he's previewing them, you know they're coming soon. So hold tight. They'll be there. It's a big one. It's a great one.
Gotta have that essential copyright notice on the bottom of your website.
I mean, if you're a lawyer, you know.
Especially when you're a lawyer. And I'm just doing a pretty basic little footer, just to put on all the pages so we can get the main layouts done before we do the content on the actual pages.
Cool.
So, grab that logo.
Yeah, I'm excited to see this come together with content on the screen, and then
For sure.
Like just kind of before your eyes, it comes to life. And
It's kind of crazy sometimes how messy your wireframes can be than what it turns into.
yeah, and sometimes you don't even realize it until you zoom out and you look,
Right.
you're like, oh, whoa, this is a whole system now. This is great.
Exactly.
We also have some great UI kits through XD. So maybe if you're making an iOS native app or an Android app, we have those kits for you. You can download them, use them as a great starting point, and then you know, build the fidelity after that. Simon, I'm not sure any way of copying and pasting a hyperlink along with item copied and pasted in XD. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Happy to answer it if you want to reword it.
Okay, that's looking pretty good now. I think the next thing I want to decide is a color on the logo. Usually what I'll do is grab a color from the main image I'm going to use. If like I'm not using the company's actual logo or something, just some text. I want to grab the color that is from an image on the site just so that everything flows a little better. But for this one, I think some color suggestions would be great from the audience.
Yeah. How do you usually develop a color theme? Is it based on how the branding is initially?
Right. So something I like to do is ask them for their favorite photography of their firm or their business or whatever it happens to be, or their work or whatever, and actually pull color themes off of the images using Adobe Color.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's a great little tool. If you haven't heard of Adobe Color, definitely check that out. It's great for getting color themes.
I mean, you could pull that up if you wanted to.
Yeah, for sure.
Show that off. But I do love that you're starting with the photos a lot of times, because like you want to start with the content, and you know, the old trope like content is king, and you're starting with that, and you're really just supporting that. And,
for sure.
Makes a lot of sense.
So it's just color.adobe.com, and then as you can see already, it's pretty cool what you can do, just messing with some color themes here. Then also, if you have any photos, you can just upload your photo and it automatically creates a color theme for you. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, this is a feature that I need to use more.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely useful. It saves me a lot of time.
Here's a request for you. How about we build this into XD?
That's a good suggestion. Yeah, I wonder. I know we have some stuff in the works around colors and stuff, but
yeah,
this is hard to beat this.
Yeah, so I'm kind of leaning toward a blue color right now, but what do you guys think? What color do you think is best for a lawyer website logo?
I'm wondering, like, what's a classic lawyer kind of thing?
Right.
Like, all I think about it is like wood, like varnish and
like leather and stuff.
Yeah. Nothing. Yeah. See, we're getting brown. Like
brown. Yeah.
So,
that's what comes into my mind too. But
yeah,
we're trying to be modern. Remember?
That's true. There's a lot of blues.
Navy blue. I like navy blue.
Navy, periwinkle blue, corp blue.
Some
nice
really
blue.
specific blues.
I think blue is going to be the winner of this guy.
Sweet. All right, let's see how dark we want to go. Kind of mess with the shades here, just going in and out.
Do you know there's a name for every hex value?
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's like an official color name for every single hex value.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know who is in
Who
charge.
went through
Yeah.
thinking of that, let alone
Yeah.
being named to the person in charge of it.
Yeah, you have to manage that. Oh man.
All right, I'm kind of liking this. So let's just grab hex code there. Switch back to XD. We can adjust from here as well, obviously with the nice color picker the XD has built in. Get it a little more blue. I think that dark blue is looking pretty good. It's not quite black, but it's still blue. Kind of gives a professional look, I think, for sure.
So what you could do, if you wanted to show off a new feature in XD that came out today.
Oh, sweet.
If you delete the other names on the other artboards, and then you can multi-select the artboard and paste on all of them. So you can
cool.
paste them
Let's
multiple.
try that then. So remove all these.
Now I'm just sitting here hoping that we updated to the new version
Right,
of XD.
so now what do I do from
so,
here?
So copy that and then select all of the other artboards. That's not this one. Just like, yeah, shift select kind of thing.
And then paste.
Yep.
Oh, whoops.
Oh, deselected.
So many buttons to press here. Oh, that is awesome.
Nice.
That is way easier than what I just did. Oh, looks like I forgot to select that one. Paste it in.
So there you go. New features. Using them for real work right now.
Yeah, that is sweet. That's definitely a time saver. All right, so we got that figured out. Now we want to move on to the actual home page. So I'm doing a bunch of content boxes, like I said earlier. The first one, we'll probably want to do like a nice image on there. See if I can pull those up.
To answer Ryan's question, yes, that is just like the Illustrator feature where you can paste into all the artboards. Something we've needed for a while, and now we have it. So a lot of great things in the new release, other than it being free now, so anybody can do it. There's you paste multiple artboards. There's some better integration now, so you can bring in your Photoshop files into XD. Password protect your specs.
Sweet. So I got some images that I pulled off Adobe stock here. We'll kind of experiment which ones look best.
Gradients for text layers. That's interesting. I don't see why not. That should be something we work on in the future. There's always like those random things that I'm like, wait, do we support that? I don't think we do though. But that's definitely, yeah, text layers got to be solid for now. But good feedback. If you want to send some designs our way that you're trying to duplicate, those are always helpful. Some use cases for some of these features. Oh, I didn't even notice. You're using Creative Cloud libraries.
Yep.
That's super useful.
Yeah, it's really easy. You just come up here and pull it in, open your Creative Cloud libraries, and then all of the images I selected on Adobe Stock are just right here.
Yeah, and you set this up on another computer. And,
yep. Didn't even use this computer. Just logged in, and there it is.
Awesome.
So I kind of decided, without telling anybody, that we're going to do San Francisco base. So I pulled an image of San Francisco up there.
Win in San Francisco.
Right.
And it's a startup, so.
True. True. Let's revolutionize lawyers. So I'll just fill in these images real quick.
I'm sure there's going to be a lot of lawsuits with those scooters that are taking over the city.
Oh boy. Yeah. Good.
That's a good point by Ramesh. When designing a website, some browsers render text a little bit differently.
Right.
Specifically, Microsoft Edge does some interesting things with their text. I guess it would be like anti-aliasing. How do you usually test your designs across different platforms?
A lot of the time what I used to do is I actually had a bunch of devices that were different platforms. Now I'll usually do digital renders on the platforms the way they render them, you know, not actual devices, virtual devices is the word I was looking for.
Yeah, yeah, those are easy because then it just like you upload the file and then it spits out what it looks like.
Right.
That's cool. So another feature that we released just today is symbol swapping, which is pretty cool. You can take a symbol that you have on your canvas or on your artboard and go into your assets panel and just drop another symbol in there, and it will replace it wherever that symbol is used elsewhere. And it's actually really smart about like where the content is and how it's grouped. So you're never gonna just replace something you didn't accidentally want to replace.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, we can maybe get into that later, but that's,
yeah, for sure.
Cool. So just a reminder to everyone, the Chat and Win countdown is happening now. So, you know, get the conversations going, and we're going to pick a winner real soon. And again, the winner gets these great socks, fan favorites, Zach tested and approved. So, yeah, so seeing a lot of activity now, which is great to see. I mean, everyone's been great in this chat already. They've been just really active and helping us out on that, which is makes it a lot more fun for us and makes us feel like you're having fun with this. So that's it's good to see.
So something kind of cool I just did. I don't know how many people know about this, but you can create another square and make it transparent to darken your image, so you don't have to go into any image editing. That's great little quick way to get text looking more crisp.
Nice mask.
Right.
I could imagine in like a implementation that when you hover over that, maybe it dims out again and like highlights a bit, or something like that. These are good. I do have a lot of these socks. Great for all occasions.
Absolutely.
All right, we'll be right back. We're going to play a quick video, and we'll have a winner after. Awesome. I love that animation. Whoever did that's great. Still going. All right, and we have a winner. The winner is Maurice Bishop. Congratulations. These are coming your way. So congratulations to Maurice.
You just got real swagged up.
Just got real swagged up.
It's real easy.
Cool. So right now you're building below the fold, right?
Right.
So a quick tip on this is building scrollable artboards, right? Some people just make a really long one and they're not sure why it doesn't scroll because it's showing all the content in the preview.
Oh, yeah.
So a good tip is to like how to set up your fold. You select the artboard and then you can define the actual viewport height, and the viewport height is essentially what the browser window size would be, and then anything below that you're just going to scroll up.
That's cool. Yeah. All right, so our home page is getting nice and filled up. Now we're gonna kind of fine tune it a bit, get these the right size that I want. Kind of just did a generic size for just to get it up. So whoops, undo that. So we'll edit this one. Then so we have to fix our mask after this, but that's fine.
but you had these in a repeat grid, so
right. So that's why it's like that.
Yeah, super easy to. You don't have to change all 6 of them or however
right.
many.
It makes it so easy to resize.
Just gotta make that a little bit of adjustment afterwards, but I'll take that over tediously
Absolutely.
doing all of them.
Absolutely. All right.
So what? Talk about your font choices and how you.
Right.
Make
So
those.
I used, let's consider here Veneer. I think a lot of people have actually used this today on the stream.
Mhm.
It's just super clean and crisp and looks good on images, looks good on a white background, looks good in any color, has a bunch of different weights to it that can look really good as a logo. Just one of my favorite go-to. It's installed in pretty much every computer, super compatible with everything.
Awesome. And today I think we announced the UX Typekit font pack.
Oh yeah, I saw that earlier
You
today.
can go there and download some really good looking typefaces, and feel free to use those in your Adobe Live challenge that hopefully a lot of you are working on to win the Creative Cloud for a year. Yeah, again, the challenge is to create a productivity app, 3 or more mobile screens, and yeah, I'm really excited to see what people come up with. Yeah, good call out in chat. So less than an hour before the deadline for that. So, so you know, it's plenty of time to get started if you haven't started, and it's even more time to wrap things up and put the finishing touches on the designs that you're coming up with.
All right, so that's nice and full of stuff now, so we can leave that for now and move on to the About page. Get back in. Throw some images in here as well. Oops. See which ones.
Some good old Adobe stock.
Well, just pretend that's supposed to be there.
So I mean, it's perfectly fine to have those when you're mocking
Right.
things up. It's just a placeholder, and it's
Right, exactly.
just there for
Right, that was
sizing.
good. So these ones aren't actually content boxes. I just did this to show filler text, basically. So we can just remove that now.
Cool.
And we need to actually put our footers in.
So the lawyer website's really fun, just because, like we were saying before, it's usually pretty neglected a lot of times.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's the weirdest website you've worked on, like for like product wise or?
Weirdest one? That's an interesting question.
Well, like UI design is so unique in that
Right.
it can touch literally everything. So
True.
sometimes you
Very
get some
true.
really quirky ones.
I'm pretty specific with who I'll work with, honestly. So usually I've done a lot of like automotive stuff.
Oh, cool.
Which I think a lot of modern UI designers don't really think about or really work on.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd say that.
That was actually my background because
Oh, really? Sweet.
Well, I'm from Detroit, and I worked at like an event production company, so we did like a bunch of auto show stuff. And
Oh, awesome.
yeah, I think the weirdest product website I had to design for was this. It was a pizza delivery car. The car literally had a built-in oven and
That's
like
crazy.
all of these like really weird specific things to the pizza brand. Yeah, and then we had to go to their show. It was
Right.
really strange. It was probably one of my most unique moments on there.
Yeah, that sounds like a fun project.
What's going on, Robert? Seeing if you're joining. Just to do a little recap, we're here with Zachery Nielson. He's taken us through some of his strategies at business and not e-commerce. This is more. Well, this is a lawyer website, so
Kind of like service business type thing.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, service is a great word for it.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's joining us today. He'll be here for until Thursday. So join us every day, same time, and we have 2 other shows before this one, so join them as well. We have contests, giveaways, so if you didn't win anything today, tomorrow might be your day, and we hope that is.
Absolutely. All right. Let's actually grab this.
D-Town, yep, reppin' Detroit. I wear my hat like 90% of the time here, and I didn't bring it today. I should have.
The perfect day too.
I know.
I'm always wearing a hat.
Maybe tomorrow I'll rep my Detroit hat.
Now I gotta go get my Yankees hat.
Oh, Ryan, I think you're referring to the oven car. I think so. I think it is sort of dangerous to have an oven in a car.
Especially a pizza oven.
Yeah, exactly. And when you open the doors, the puddle lights were projectors that projected the logo of the company.
Cool. That's so awesome.
It was the funniest thing. Oh no, we're getting some horror stories in the chat about their weirdest or worst web design.
Hair straightening salon.
Had to use Comic Sans.
Oh,
they
gosh.
asked them to because it seemed
typical, fun. The typical worst thing someone could say.
It's like a parody. Oh man, that is brutal.
All right, I just did a little generic bio here, just to do a little repeat grid with that.
Mm-hmm.
Just to fill up some content here.
Yeah, some good filler.
Yeah, it's an easy way, so you don't have to copy paste a bunch of filler content.
Yeah,
you can do it right in XD.
It'll be replaceable, so
absolutely,
it's all good. People had clip art and Comic Sans requests. Who's requesting these things? Who? Oh man.
Okay.
Oh man. Yeah, people. Yeah, I'm seeing. Yeah, I had a chat with the Comic Sans designer. You know, I mean, I'd be proud of it too. It's
I mean, you're really
infamous,
famous, right?
And I mean, it served its purpose. It was supposed to be like a way of taking like the very robotic sense of typefaces, especially back in like monotype days.
Yeah.
So mono spacing and stuff like that. So you know, it did its job. It just, you know, people don't use it appropriately.
I wonder if that's the most known typeface there is.
Yeah, I wonder that too. I mean, I guess like Times New Roman might be like the main one, but yeah, I mean, outside of like the design communities, Helvetica is not really like household name.
Not at all.
So yeah, that's that's a good question.
All right, finishing up the basic about page here, I'm just going to make a little call to action to their contact page at the bottom.
What do you mean by call to action?
Basically, it's asking them to click on it so it'll lead to their contact page and potentially get them a new client.
Got it. Yeah, everyone in the chat keeps sending your worst client design things. Those are always fun. It's good to like, you know, it's good for design bonding, is talking about those inevitable, terrible projects you had to work on, and the challenge is to make it fun for you and also something you're proud of.
Solve some problems with them and get them to understand design a little better.
Yeah, maybe steer them the right way.
Right.
To not the Comic Sans. Yep, another good call out. check out the challenge page or tab in the stream. We want to see those designs. It's your chance to win. Creative Cloud for a year. Great prize. Cool. So you added that dark background to give
did
text
that
a little
again,
bit.
just because the image did not like white at all.
Yeah, I'd say in about half hour we're gonna go over those challenges.
Oh, sweet!
Or about 45 minutes, I should say.
Yeah.
Then we'll be able to take a look and see what's going on. Do you have a favorite app you use for productivity?
Actually, I like to write things down when it comes to that. I usually get a stack of sticky notes and write down whatever I do, because then you actually have like all these things you could grab. Like I just did that, throw that one away, and then you can see what you got to do. I don't know. I just feel like managing that on the screen for me just doesn't really work.
That's true. And there's something
like I forget about it, and then it's so satisfying to crush them. Yeah, get all those off your desk at the end of the day.
Yeah,
definitely.
I'm definitely on team sticky note for that.
Sweet. All right, so we got that one pretty much filled in now. Just do a little adjusting. Anything else we could do? Let's make this heavy so it matches their logo.
Nice.
Nice little branding touch there.
Get a little hierarchy in there too.
Right.
Which is good. I like that lockup at the bottom. It's a nice.
Oh right, yeah.
Nice contact lockup.
Looking good. All right, so moving on to the services page, I was thinking, depending on the time, these squares are going to lead into like an actual page for every service. We'll see if we have time to actually make those ones, but if not, we're just going to make these 2 pages. So.
Awesome. Yeah, Simon's calling out a little bit about the backdrop that you're putting on it to make it more, more legible. Yeah, there's definitely tons of ways to do it.
For sure.
You're saying you put a drop shadow on the back to give more clarity, which is sometimes the right move. But sometimes you want a little bit flatter of a design, so the shadow doesn't mix in.
I've always preferred flatter.
Especially if we're going for this like tech
modern
startup
San Francisco business.
San Francisco lawyer business.
That looks pretty good.
Ooh, some tips for designing a website when the client has a million rules.
I think the most important thing there is communicating that you're the professional designer, and that they're the professional at what they're at, and just trying to get that relationship clear, I think, will help a lot.
Yeah, like bring them on the journey a little bit and show them why you're making these decisions, and then hopefully you can change their mind a bit. Yeah, sometimes you can't really talk your way into convincing them, but you need to, show them the alternatives. Sometimes, unfortunately, it means doing what they want, but then also showing them what you want, and then kind of making the sell that way. But that involves extra work for you, which isn't always an option for a lot of people.
Yeah, I'd say the big thing, like whenever you're managing client things like that, is just learning communication is the biggest thing that will help your career.
That's very true. And actually, XD is really pretty great at kind of helping that process along.
For sure.
You can go up into the share tab and send a link to your clients, and then you can get really quick feedback and make sure you're on the same page from the start. No surprises at the end of the deadline. Like they see what you're doing, they know why you're doing it. You can leave comments, have a conversation, have a little bit of a back and forth with them. It's really helpful.
Yeah, for sure. I'd say it's helped a ton using XD.
I like Kevin's suggestion, set your own rules. Cool. you can change people's minds if you show them exactly how.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, a lot of clients can get really particular because they feel like ownership over their, like this is their
Right.
baby, this is their
brand that they made.
exactly. So giving up
Why
a little
should you
bit.
get to control it?
Exactly. But to your point, it's a great reasoning is that you're the professional. Like the reason you hired me is because I can make these decisions.
Exactly.
But you know, sometimes you don't always win every battle.
For sure, you really don't, and you can't expect to either.
Yeah, choosing your battles is pretty important too.
Exactly.
If they're really hung up on a photo that they want to use, by all means, you know, give them a little something, and then you know, push back on the things that you care about a little bit more.
I mean, at the end of the day, it is theirs, so.
As long as they're happy.
Yeah.
So we have a question for you in there. What do you find to be the hardest part of the UI UX design process?
I'd say it's really easy to have so many ideas of where you want to take something, and a lot of times I'll have like so many different mock-ups of like this site that look completely different, and like deciding which route you really want to take and is really best for the brand that you're designing for can be pretty challenging. But at the same time, it's one of the funnest parts.
Oh yeah,
I would say.
You know, it gives you like the iteration process is a lot of fun a lot of times.
Right.
I find that what's hard, what makes that so hard is there's not always a wrong or right decision. It's just you have to pick one of them and kind of roll with it. So yeah, know that, you know, there might be multiple ways to do it, but sometimes you just got to commit to one and then see it come to life, and you're usually pretty happy with that decision.
Absolutely.
Before XD, what were you using for your screen design?
A lot of the times, I'm actually one of the people that used Photoshop for that. I know some people still do, which is crazy to me when you could just use this.
Yeah.
So much easier. But that's what I did a lot of the time, for sure.
Yeah.
I dabbled in Sketch and stuff, but I just couldn't really get the hang of it.
Yeah.
Then I got introduced to XD, and it was like, wow, this is so much easier than the other tools out there.
No, for sure. And a good shout out for that is you can now bring your Photoshop files into XD if you're still doing that.
Yeah.
So less excuses not to be designing in XD now.
Like, design XD already, what are you thinking?
Simon has a good question though. Does XD support multiple display screens? And the answer is yes. You could build your desktop, website, your mobile app all in one canvas all at the same time, so you can share assets and quickly move between things. And I think you'll probably show a little bit of that tomorrow.
Yeah, probably.
When you go into the mobile
sure.
space. Unless you're talking about external monitors, in that case, yes, support that too.
Sweet.
So what page did we move on to?
Right now we're doing the contact page.
Okay. What makes a good contact page?
Good question. I'd say don't fill it with information they don't care about. They're trying to contact you. You should make that process as easy as possible.
Sort of like get to the point sort of thing.
Right.
I feel like it needs a good phone number.
Right.
It needs like one of those like lawyery phone numbers. So
it's like all the same digit almost.
Yeah, or
like
it's like it like says something like.
Oh right, yeah.
So if there's any good suggestions,
555,
let's get that in the chat.
Yeah, let's do that for sure. I'll leave that blank for now.
And now I want like a jingle or something too.
Right. Yeah, for their radio advertising.
Yeah. Another good question in the chat. Do you start by designing for the largest desktop screen size first?
It seems like that has just been so set into me that I do. But I am starting to do a lot of mobile stuff first.
Okay.
Which I think it's interesting that so many people are saying how mobile is the first screen, but most of us don't design in the screen first.
Yeah.
We know that's how it's supposed to be, but we don't do it anyway.
Oh, totally. Yeah, mobile first is what they say, but
does anyone really do it
yeah,
first?
I think I'm with you when I design. It's usually desktop first.
Exactly.
It just seems easier to eliminate things than have to add things because now you have more space. So now I can decide what's important for the mobile and kind of cut down instead of adding in.
Totally makes sense.
We have 555 lawyer up. I like it. Is that How I Met Your Mother reference maybe? It's a good one. We also have 555 Fat Cash. It's a good one too.
Yes, and it's called So Sue Me.
Cool. Some people saying they're finishing up their designs for the challenge. Can't wait to see them. Half hour until the deadline, and we start to review a couple of them. So keep them coming.
All right, I had to make a decision.
Fat Cash. I like it. It feels
liked
good.
it too much.
I do like that it's 555 and not like 1-800.
Right.
So this isn't toll free. You're gonna get charged for this.
Right.
Cool. Yeah, I see. You said you were late for the previous one. Again, I think these are gonna go all week. At least the chat contest will. I believe this goes every day too, though.
Figured I'd throw in some boxes of the actual lawyers themselves. Make it a little more personable. Of the people getting you all your cash.
Yeah. Just picture like a Scrooge McDuck with like on a pile of gold coins.
Yes,
That's the lawyer.
That should be right there. All right.
Are these the lawyers?
Yes.
Cool.
Very nice lawyers, if you ask me.
They do look front. They're very inviting. I'd call them.
Like, wow, these are lawyers?
Yeah.
All right, I need another name. Anyone got a name idea? Leave that while we wait. Oops.
Yeah, Simon. I like the way the firms have supermodels for lawyers. You know, it's a startup. You gotta have very attractive people apparently.
Right. Yeah, that's true, right?
Tracy is a name. Sue's a good one. that's a good
How
name.
did I not think of that?
That is good.
Sued.
Yeah, there it is. That's good. We're killing it. This is great.
We're on a roll.
Have you ever dabbled with our character styles and
I haven't
color?
really, no.
It's a pretty cool feature. I'm just going to do a shout out to that.
Well, I'm gonna have to go look it up.
It's back to the whole symbol thing where like once you use it and you start building like the design systems within your XC document, it's just like, how did I live without this?
So it looks like I will have time to add the specific pages for these. Perfect.
Cool.
So I'll just copy this artboard.
I like how that page kind of became a sitemap in a way. So
Yeah, for sure.
Now you know you need these four extra pages, and
Right,
you can start
right.
building off of them.
So we'll start with the small business. So we'll get rid of that.
Have you used our design spec feature before?
I don't think so. What is it?
I'll have to show you. It'll be good teaching opportunity.
Yeah,
for
seriously.
the ways of XD. No, it's a great feature for you were actually telling me earlier that you've been working more and more with engineers now.
Yeah.
It's like separate yourself as the designer and them as the engineer.
Yeah, right.
So our design spec feature actually lets you publish a link that will pretty much do all the redlining for you. So it'll let the engineer just see all the measurements between things, how big an image is, what color and hex value everything is, what font size is. It's a really cool feature.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
So maybe we can go into that once it's built out a little bit. We can demo it up, see what you think of it.
Absolutely, I'd love to check that out.
So this is
The small business page.
okay. So that's one of their
Of
services.
their services, right?
Cool.
Gotta name that.
I'm impressed every time you do.
Like, well, that was actually a feature.
Yeah, yeah. I thought it was just stuck as iPhone or Web-3.
All right, so I think.
All right, Ryan's just joining us. Welcome, Ryan. Good to have you here. He loves your hero copy on your website.
Oh, thank you.
So getting some love. Yeah. So welcome to everyone new. I'm just gonna do a last-ish call out to our challenge for anyone that's just joining the stream. If you go into the little challenge section on the top of the chat, you will see the rules for entry, and the winner in about 25 minutes. In about 25 minutes we'll go through them, pick a winner. Winner gets a year of Creative Cloud for free, and the challenge is creating like a 3 or more screen prototype of a productivity app. So let's get those going, and can't wait to see them.
That is an amazing prize.
I'm jealous of
Like,
it.
can I enter to win that prize?
Good. You get to choose the winner. So I mean, just submit.
I'm just
submit
over here
something.
making something else on another computer, submitting it under a fake name.
Elena, I didn't see your question. If you repost that, I'm happy to answer it. Oh, looks like it was answered in the chat. Hey, Marcos. Welcome to the chat. I'm not sure what your question is. Does Adobe XD have a column like Sketch app? Maybe a column feature, or like you can do 2. I'm not sure. Elena, you can actually put an image inside of a mask, and that will pretty much treat it like a crop. So if you drag and drop an image into a rectangle or a shape, it'll do an image fill. But if you place the image on the artboard and then draw a shape on top of it, and then select both of them and make a mask out of it, then you can treat it just like a crop.
just kind of showing their small business lawyers at the top, then put some extra information below that.
Yeah, I just love that you're cruising through this. It's like, just like, like cruise control. It's just so like methodical and like it's fun to watch.
I think we'll just paste this in. We'll see how it looks. Whoops. Don't want to do that. All right, perfect size. Maybe we'll.
So Elena is wondering if we can show her how to do a cropped image. So pretty much an image mask. I can drive that, or if you want to show it.
Yeah, you can show her. That'd be great. While I set up the next page.
Cool. So just give me 1 second. Let me find a good image.
So here I'll do the personal defense page.
Let's see, adobe.com. Just trying to steal a quick image from somewhere. All right, I'm just gonna steal one from Adobe's website, and well, let me do something real quick. Cool. Okay, so if we can switch to my screen real quick, I will kind of demonstrate how this will work. Okay, so right now I have just 2 squares drawn on an artboard in XD, and if I go to my Finder and I have my image, you can do it 2 ways. You can just drop your image right here, or you can drop it into the rectangle. When you do it this way, I think you're gonna have the issue that you were talking about, where no matter how you kind of move this around, it always kind of stays in the center. But a good workaround to that is to use a mask. So if I just set this image in here fully, I can take this shape, well, I'll just draw a new shape. I can take another shape and draw it on here, and then select both of them. And if you go to Object and then Mask with Shape, you'll see that it actually crops it to the shape. So if I double click in here, I can kind of move it around and position it however I want. And I can even double click in and resize the mask area to kind of set up my cropping. So that's one way to achieve it. Since we don't have an official cropping tool, this does pretty much the same thing. You're welcome.
Awesome.
Let me know if you have any other questions.
So just doing a little overview of what we've done so far.
Mm-hmm.
Ton of images, which is what I like to see.
Oh yeah, content heavy.
Right.
Always gives it a good feel.
So now we're on the personal page. We've got to spice it up a little different than the last one.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, how do you like change things up? Do you use grids in different ways to?
Yeah, I mean, you just got to kind of experiment with what works best with the type of company you're doing for. But yeah, I'd say just experiment with different styles until you find something you really like.
Cool. This one's personal defense, or is it just not updated?
Oh yeah, this one's personal defense.
This one is cool.
Yep.
That business sounds personal.
Yeah.
They do it all.
Yes, they do.
They cover the spectrum of lawsuits.
Gotta get the money.
Yeah, fat cash. 555. So I'm looking through like Bally. What was the feature that was requested? I kind of missed that. Bird law. That's San Francisco pre-Salesforce Tower, kind of taking over the city.
Right.
I find one of the hardest things, it's not the hardest, but one of the most tedious things as a designer is choosing stock photography.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, it took me a while to find these ones, and then I feel like I could have still found better ones, you know?
Yeah. You can spend like all day just like looking through, just trying to find exactly the right one.
Literally.
It gets pretty hard to pick some. Got some Harvey Birdman references, I like it. So question for you, is there a reason why you create pixel perfect prototypes?
I mean, like, since I'm focusing more on being straight designer, I find that it's more satisfying and really helps me understand my design better when I'm doing that.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it's necessary at all. I mean, if that's not your style, don't do it, but it's just my style.
Oh, totally.
So that's what I do.
What are the main reasons that you would prototype something?
If I really need the developer to understand or even the client to understand,
Mm-hmm.
I think prototyping is excellent for that.
Yeah.
Especially next to these because it's so freaking easy. But yeah.
Awesome. Like the text strings up on the images.
Yeah.
So these are normally things that you might not come up with. It'd be kind of copy given to you by a
Right,
client
yeah.
and a brand and all those kind of things.
Why not get cash?
Do you work with copywriters at all? Or
I have, but a lot of time I actually have written my own,
Mhm.
and I think I'm halfway decent at it at least.
Yeah.
But if it's like a bigger project, it's definitely worth the time and money to get someone else to do that for you.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's at the Bay Bridge. I don't think that. Yeah, I think that is.
Oh yeah.
Or maybe it's hard to tell. Yeah, so for anyone just entering the chat, welcome, and feel free to post your questions. You know, give design suggestions or feedback or what you want to see, or what you want to learn about. Zach has a ton of experience with like web design, digital UI, UX, and yeah, he's here to answer whatever questions you have.
Absolutely. So I can't believe this, but this is the first button I'm making on this site.
Ooh. Well, the big image is sort of
Right,
clickable,
right.
but
True.
Traditional button, yeah.
You got that interview tomorrow. Awesome. Good luck.
Yeah, good luck, Elena. You know, interviews are always like nerve-wracking. Until you get there, then you calm down, you know, you have confidence in your work, and you know, you'll do way better than you think. So good luck. Good question, Ryan. You cannot make button states in XD today. It's something we're working on. We know a lot of people want it. You can make another artboard and then just change the state of the button on that artboard, and then you could do a click-through prototype. At what point do you usually start to like wire things up and for prototyping? Or
I mean, like, again, it depends on the one you're doing, but if it's more of a complicated thing, I'll definitely do it as I'm going. But for something kind of simple like this, I'll usually leave it for last just because it kind of makes sense already.
It's easy to kind
How
of
to do it, yeah.
You're welcome, Ryan. Yeah, any sort of like feedback or suggestions for XD, like feel free to post those in the live chat as well. We love hearing it. It's good validation for things we might be already working on, or it's something we never thought about. So we love to get that kind of feedback from you guys. David has a question of what are some trends that you see for 2018?
Trends. I hate trends. You're asking the wrong person about trends. I wrote an article a couple months ago about not following trends. So I try not to pay attention to trends too much just because it's like you're just doing the same thing as everybody else anyway. Yeah. But I think a lot of the trends are people are going a little less material, more flat again, is what I've seen lately with some friends' work and stuff. But yeah, I try not to follow them too much.
It's hard to fall into like it's hard to avoid doing it sometimes. Sometimes you just find yourself doing it. Do you do anything in particular do you just kind of do what you like, or?
I kind of just do what feels good and kind of create the experience I want people to feel. But I just thought of one of the things I do know that is a trend this year is illustrations and web design and stuff and interface design. Illustrations are everywhere now. That's something I might actually be using in my stuff. I just think illustrations are a great way to personalize things without using the traditional images like I'm doing now. But yeah, I think I've noticed that too. It really just gives a lot of like richness to a website. And I've been seeing a lot of it, and you know, we have great tools for that, like Illustrator. You can do a lot in XD alone, but if you need to go get those like extra features, you know, Illustrator is hard to beat. So we do have justified text. Oh, no, we don't. We have alignment. I see what you mean by justified text. That's something that we're hoping to kind of come out with a bunch of new text options. I know earlier people were talking about like gradients for text, colors. Justified type is definitely something that we want to start to get a little bit more into. Those finer tune controls that something like Illustrator and design really thrive at. So Kevin is looking for some advice on how to learn UX UI design as a beginner. So if you have any tips on like the key to entry. Well, like as a very beginner, I would say just don't ever stop experimenting. You know, download XD is free now. Just keep making a bunch of stuff. Try your own styles. Go look up your favorite people that you found. Try to copy their stuff just for practice. You'll start to realize little things of that they're doing, and you'll start to pick that up on that skill and realize that they're not just making things look good. There's a reason behind what they're doing. So I'd say copying for practice is actually really valuable.
That's great advice. Yeah, just mimicking something. And we do actually have Adobe XD daily challenges that you can do an 8-day daily challenge and kind of learn the very basics and fundamentals of how to use XD and do really basic screen design from the start. If you're just a beginner, we have things for more advanced people too. But yeah, hopefully we can maybe get a link posted in the chat and right on cue. There it is. So go check that out if you're looking for ways to kind of get started with UI UX design.
Yeah, design challenges can be really great for stuff because a lot of the time you want to practice designing something, but you have no idea what you want to make. So I'd say sign up for design challenges as well.
You need a prompt sometimes just to kick things off.
Just gonna disable the borders on these images. I forgot to do earlier. I think it just looks a little cleaner without them.
We're getting pretty philosophical in this chat now.
Oh yeah.
Talking about humans being perfect or not.
Why
perfect.
do they run after perfect design?
Yeah.
That's a great question.
And then, does perfect design exist?
I answer that question with a lot of humans seem to think they are perfect.
Yeah.
So they expect things to be perfect.
Perfection is in the eye of the beholder.
There you go.
All right, quick time check. We have about 8 minutes until we're gonna cut off the contest. So put the finishing touches on your prototypes and share them with us, and we can go through a few of them. And again, the winner gets a year of Creative Cloud. iPhone X. So he's viewing the chat on that. I haven't seen what the chat looks like on a mobile. So
Oh yeah.
apparently there's only 3 lines that show up. Nish, are you looking for the answer to the perfect design question? Can you elaborate on that a little bit more? Oh, cash. Why not get cash? Great question.
Like the people behind So Sue Me also have a loan business on the side.
They would. Yeah. I mean, it really, the phone number really kind of lends itself to that.
Right.
So. So do you do a lot of branding for people too, or?
I have before, but not really in the past year or two.
I see. You usually let them provide you with all the branding.
Right. Yeah. I'll either have that, or if they're wanting a refresh or some help, I always have friends to have collaborate on the project.
Mm-hmm.
I think collaboration is a huge thing that can really help your career. And it's just great to work with other people in other fields.
Networking and things like that.
For sure.
All right, Anish, I'm going to take a stab at it, if you want to take this one, Zach.
What is it?
So, people say they want to do perfect design, pixel perfect design, but we design for humans, so why does it need to be pixel perfect if humans aren't perfect?
Right.
This is a tough one.
What is your thought on it? Then I'll say something.
So my takeaway is that I guess when we say perfect design, we don't necessarily mean it to be perfect in the like in an opinion or it being like perfection. It's more in relation to how you're gonna hand it off and how it's gonna be implemented. So when we say perfect design, pixel perfect design, we mean this is as close to how we're gonna implement it as possible. I don't think we are trying to imply that pixel perfect design means that the design itself is perfect. It's just that that's what our handoff is going to be.
I like that. That's really deep, isn't it?
It's a tough one. To Simon's point, we also have iOS kits. So if you are building for an Apple device of some sort, we have great launching points for kits. In a minute or two, I would love to kind of hijack your thing and test out some design specs. I know some people really wanted to see how that worked. We can keep it on your screen. I'll just kind of walk you through how.
We can do that now if you want.
Sure. We'll probably have to wire up some stuff.
Oh, okay.
So maybe jumping into the prototype mode.
Okay, cool. What are you thinking?
All right. Yeah, however you would just normally wire them up. Let's do that.
Okay, so let's do this, services. Oh, I grouped that, so that's going to be a problem. Oh well, we'll just link it to here.
If you double click into it, you can select them separately.
Oh, really? Cool. Okay. Oops. So that one, go into small business.
All right, we're just about ready to wrap up in a few minutes for the challenge. So again, get those in there so we can go over them and take a look. Have you ever done TV app development?
No, I have not done TV app stuff.
That's interesting.
That is actually something that I'm trying to get into this summer with some new work I'm doing. Is interfaces like way beyond the normal things you'd think of when you think interface. I definitely want to experiment with that kind of stuff. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, that's really cool. It's really, yeah, there's just so many different considerations that you have to think about. So when you're talking about like TV app design, the user's looking at it usually from like 5 or 6 feet away, like minimum. So things have to be like kind of way larger than you'd think. And like when you're looking at them on a screen, they don't look quite right, but when you see them on an actual TV, it's you can adjust it. So that's a great question and kind of an overlooked UI design.
Absolutely. I think something fun to work on would be car interfaces as well.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes.
All right, so I got a couple things linked up.
Perfect. Do you want to do just a standard share?
Oh, yeah.
And we can kind of just show people that.
Just the play or?
No, the share guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Say publish prototype up top. Maybe put a password on it just because that seems, it's a new feature. Want to show it off? Why not? And it could be fat cash or something. Like is the password. I'll sometimes put like, this design is not final. So that way when I send it to somebody, they have to type that out. And they can, they know.
That's smart, yeah.
It's
so
like
it's really in their head.
Sort of.
It's not final.
Cool.
All right, so.
Oh, you know what? We have like strict rules for how to do, like you have to have X amount of characters, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, okay.
So,
oh, I see. Must have at least 8 characters, so.
I totally forgot about that, so that's my bad.
6, 7. Back cache.
All right, 1 minute, everyone. Right. Then we're gonna cut off the deadline for the challenge, and then we're gonna maybe start to look over some.
Fat cache 1 with each capitalized.
Nice. All right, so just publish that, send it to the web, and then we'll take a look at it, talk about some of those features, and maybe how you might interface with the client or an engineer with this. And I could show you a little bit of the design specs as well as show everyone
definitely
else.
Love to check that out.
Alexandra, sorry if I'm saying that wrong. We do have yours in here. So Simon, when you go into prototype mode and you copy something that has a link to it already and you paste it somewhere else, it actually does carry it along with you as long as you're in prototype mode. So give that another shot. Maybe do an update on XD. Might be a release or so behind, but yeah.
Cool. Looks like we just hit the end of the deadline too.
Cool. Deadline is we're cut off. And cool. So do you want to check out that link that it just generated? And
I just copied it.
Awesome. Nice. So now you can kind of real quick get a preview of it. You can notice on the right side, you can do some chats. You have to prove you're not a robot because that's 2018 for you. But yeah, you can leave comments, send this link, share it out, get feedback. You can kind of pin comments places. Yeah, and it works just that easy. So if you're not using sharing in XD, give it a shot. Let us know how you like it. Then switching real quick back into that, into XD. Oh, sorry, my bad. And then same workflow, go up to the publish.
Wait, sorry, what was that?
That same tab up top right corner.
Oh.
And
Publish design specs.
yes.
Okay, now we're talking.
Yeah, now it's getting good.
This is interesting. I can't wait to see what this is like.
So it is a beta feature.
Right. Yeah.
So
right there.
we're still coming out with a lot of stuff that people are asking for with it, but I think it's an awesome start. Really useful in any day-to-day stuff. Cool. So now this is going to show you all the artboards that you have as like linked up to the home screen. So right now I think you only have 2.
Right.
So if you click into one of these,
cool.
now you can click on images.
Oh.
You can see all the colors that are being used on this artboard. The font. If you select one of the images on there, you see these measurements showing you paddings and like distances between things. So
yeah.
you hand this off to a developer, and it saves you a ton of work.
Be super specific and get everything right.
Yep.
That's awesome.
So if you hate redlining, give it a shot. It's pretty great. Looking for it, yeah. See, people have entered the contest. Looking forward to running through these.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah, so
Yeah, that's really awesome. Definitely gonna start using that now.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a lot of fun. Then yeah,
You can even change it.
change values. If you click on the hex, it'll copy that hex code right to your clipboard automatically for you. So
Cool.
real easy to paste things.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot
Color copy, nice.
of fun things coming with this.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be fun to use for sure.
Cool. So yeah, I think we have a couple minutes still. If you want to add any finishing touches.
Yeah. I just gotta finish up this page. I think we're pretty good after that. So a little bit. Okay.
I think the one thing this whole website's missing is a good slogan.
Yeah, definitely now.
So
I've kind of created that brand for it. Now it needs it.
yeah, now it needs it. So any slogan ideas, throw them in chat.
Absolutely. Put it right under the logo.
Exactly. I think any good lawyer company needs a good slogan. Set it up with filler stuff. Cool. Yeah, looks like we have a lot of nice entries to go through. So
Sweet. Can't wait to check those out.
And I saw a lot of people in chat said it's their first time doing a full prototype. So glad.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys got an opportunity to do it, and I hope it's the first of many. So one of the questions is, can I paste a design from Illustrator? There is SVG crossover. You can bring an SVG from Illustrator into XD. You can fully load a Photoshop file. We don't have that support in XD yet, but we're working to make those transitions smoother. David, I'm not sure. Could you rephrase that question? The question was, will Adobe be developing something to do prototyping UI? Happy to answer it. How are things going over here?
It's looking good. Just making little finishing touches. Kind of clean things up. Get the sizing right.
And XD has like all those like real-time guides as you're dragging things around, make it
it's
really easy
great.
to align things, center things, make sure your padding's the same.
Actually, I think here it is.
Like
This one is not perfect at all.
we have a couple slogan ideas.
Perfect. Yes, let's hear them.
For what they did, they will pay. It's a good one. Innocent plea? ? Call so sue me. I like the last one a lot. We'll show you the money.
Okay, I think that's the winner.
I think that is the winner for sure. Great slogan. Great suggestion.
Perfect.
David, okay, I see what you're asking now. Yeah, we're actively working on that to get just more like richer prototyping experiences with XD. Stay tuned. We definitely have some stuff on the roadmap that are going to come out this year, and yeah, we're excited to deliver it. It's going to allow you to do some pretty expressive things in the prototyping mode. Ooh, Simon has a good slogan too.
What was his?
Don't get even, get everything.
Ah,
It's a pretty good one too.
that's pretty great. I think I'm going to change this to that just because I like that one so much.
Yeah, you got to do a shout out there for it. But yeah, just to go on to David's question again about richer prototyping experiences, throw some of your suggestions in the chat. Like, what kind of things do you specifically want to be doing, and we could talk to that. I mean, maybe there's a way to do it, or at least express it today in XD. Maybe not the way you might want to in the long term, but let us kind of help you kind of troubleshoot that if it's something that's a blocker for you. I was just looking through these, the UX font pack that we launched today on the Typekit team. Some good looking fonts.
Yeah, I downloaded them before I came here. Actually,
Yeah.
haven't got a chance to check them out yet though.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing with these. I'm always a sucker for a good set of fonts
Right.
to play with. Then I usually pick one that's that I just gotta kind of obsess over,
Right.
and then I use it way too much. And
On everything, they're like, "This is horrible. This does not go with our brand at all."
Yeah. That's talking about those rules of that you place on yourself.
Right.
Ooh, Tima. Hope I'm saying it right. Before we sue you is a good slogan too.
That's
I like
excellent.
the threat of
Right.
if you don't.
Like, our website makes us look so nice, but
Yeah.
it's not us at all.
You have these like supermodels that are like just dark and evil.
Right.
It's great. So you're making some last minute adjustments?
Right. Yeah.
or-
Just trying to get some more consistency with the footer,
Mhm.
and I want to reorganize a little bit of the home page right here. I'm not sure if I like that.
It's the beauty of XD though. You can make those adjustments
So easily.
really quick.
I'm trying to think how I want to do this part. Oops. I think that's a little better.
What are you trying to
Just kind of trying to clean it up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely want to mess with the spacing here, though. Oops.
I think it might be about time to start to go over some.
Yeah, let's definitely do that.
Some of these. So if we want to switch over to my screen, I can start to show off the fonts that I was talking about, just because we were talking about them. I want to show everyone how great they are. So if you want to nerd out about some type, here's how you do it. Cool. So I'm going to tab through a couple of these guys.
Sweet.
I want to just give some reactions and feedback to it. So these are productivity apps for mobile. So what do we got here? To help you with wealth building. So
cool.
All right.
Definitely.
That's productivity.
Goes with our website as well.
Yeah, no, totally. There's a theme. We started this. Cool. So it looks like I can click on these guys. I can hit sign up. It's going to take me to a
that's
nice,
super clean.
Yeah, nice keypad. I can enter a PIN code. Maybe it texts you that PIN code, and that's how you get into it, like a authentication. So okay, let's see. I can do. These are two. Okay, so I can sign up here. Cool. It'll take me to some forms. Oh, it's scrolling too. Nice. Okay, and then let's see where I can click. Oop, might have been a dead end there. So let's try login. Okay, it'll take me.
Very nice.
Goals, leaderboards. It looks like it's tracking like what you wanted to set out to do at the first time. Yeah, let's see. Click on these guys. Nice.
I really like I did that part.
Yeah, I think, I mean, these are great. I think my only feedback right now would be this action's a little weird when you click on this and then it kind of jumps down here.
Right.
I was sort of expecting those things to stay in place. Because it was an unexpected behavior and that. Cool. This is great. Nice work.
Overall, I think that one's really well done. I really like how that interface looks right there.
Yeah, this is a solid page. Again, maybe I think there's some spacing issues, just small little attention to detail things that, I mean, those are bound to happen, but good work. All right, let's move on. All right. So this is Kimberly's. Let's see, quote of the day, reminders requiring immediate action. Okay, so this seems like a to-do kind of thing. Lets you like set your goals and like get motivations with quotes, reminders when you have to do something. Okay. Oh, so all of these are actionable. That's cool.
Oh, sweet.
Cool. So you get a little motivational from Einstein.
Yeah.
I really like that you took that menu and repurposed it down here. So now I don't have to go back and click again. I can really just access everything from here.
Great choice there.
Solid. These are my action items. Use a repeat grid. Good stuff. I'm hoping if you didn't next time.
Yeah, like actually that took me 25 minutes because I didn't know I could do that.
Cool. Just seeing. Okay, all these guys down here. Checkbox. Cool. So I do notice that the checkboxes are different from thing to thing, which I actually kind of like.
It kind of shows that it's for something else.
Yeah. I would look at the text alignment a little bit, how it shifts from one thing to another. Maybe the text at least should be aligned the same, and keep the checkboxes.
Yeah, just a little more familiarity with that part.
Cool. Today's present. Daily to do. So I'm back at the main menu. Got it.
Right.
Oh, that was the home button. Okay.
Right.
Nice little calendar. Like it. Nice. And then you can populate these things and share them with friends.
Sweet.
I like that. It's a
I
good
think
feature.
the typography goes really good with the color scheme that they chose.
I agree.
It fits it well. So I think that was a great choice.
It's very like warm and friendly.
Right.
So you're not using like a crisp typeface or something like that.
Right.
With, yeah, no, well done, well done. All right, Roxana's loop track. This looks nice.
Yeah, that looks really good.
I like this. So, what is loop track? Pardon me. Let's log in and find out. How to use loop track. I'm not going to get any information from the lorem ipsum,
Right.
but maybe we can dive into it a little bit and see.
Oh, cool.
Okay, so it sounds like it's something that you can schedule things that you know you're going to repeat over like the weeks and stuff
Right.
like that. I like that. That's really cool. You kind of keep track of the things that you're going to do in a repetitive way.
I really like the colors and the shadow styles they're using on this one.
Yeah, this is like really like this. I
Super
love this
modern.
button.
Yeah, that button is great.
It's really cool. I think some of the type gets a little small, but I don't even know if that's really an issue because
Right.
it's like Monday through Saturday, like you know what it is.
Right.
So that's fine. Maybe bump up a little bit, but because you do have a lot of space to work with, maybe. But yeah, great. This is great. Nice
Menu.
button. These are all this menu is just feels so clickable, and so
Right.
like if I'm on a phone just tapping on that, really easy to hit those
Absolutely.
those things.
I'd say the only thing with the menu is just kind of try to make it feel more like the other parts of the app. Like on the last screen, it's super shadowy and stuff, but it's not really shadowy there.
I see.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I think just try to make it feel a little more familiar there would be great.
Mhm.
And that would be really solid design from there. It's
Oh,
hard
yeah.
to critique past that.
I think that's good feedback. So let's see if there's any other clickable. I think we might have hit them all, but yeah, this is great. I love the playfulness of the icons and
Yeah.
illustrations. Well done. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to see if I can get out of full screen because I can't see who the person is. I wonder if I can just do that.
Oh, cool.
Nice. Okay. All right. So this is a tackle big projects, breeze through routines. Okay. Let's see what they got for us. I like the. I think you're using the UI
that's a
kit,
nice touch right there.
which is good use of it. It's a perfect example of it. All right. So I guess it's going to really walk you through it right off the start, which I like.
Mhm.
It's going to like take over, make you focus on what's the name of this project, and then you can kind of pick these things. So it's actually forcing you through this first step, which I
Yeah.
like.
Yeah. I love that when apps have the menu or the options like that one right there.
Yeah. Let me choose. It's a good onboarding moment too.
For sure.
So you can click my rewards and all of these things. And then when you finish, it gives you a nice little table. This is really good.
Yeah, I really like this one.
Do not disturb.
Yeah,
It's a
nice
good detail.
touch.
Yeah.
Definitely. I'd say where it says your big project, that font to me just feels not perfect for productivity. I think if it's a little bit sharper, kind of like, I'm not sure if the time there is a different font or not, but if it's just a little bit sharper, I think it would give it that nice little detail just to make it feel better.
Totally.
But other than that, really great job.
Nice work. Okay, do it.
Do it. There you go.
Or do you say it as a word or do
Right.
it?
Do it.
Cool. All right, you got your hook-ins. These are
Right.
pretty like
Super clean.
yeah, those are important. Click through this real quick. I do want to jump into here, and I think I missed one maybe. So pardon me while I go through all this. All right, we'll continue through this. All right, so things to do today. Work on Adobe XD Design Challenge. Good, nice. It's an
Check.
important meeting. I like the just playfulness of
Right.
just bringing some humor into it. That's always really nice.
Oh, that was a nice little animation there. That looks good.
Ooh, I do like that, how it bumps
Nice
up a little
detail,
bit.
yeah.
Yeah, that's really nice. Got all these things. This is a really solid app. Nice background blur.
Yeah.
Effect.
I love transparency, things like that.
Just gives it like a level of depth.
Right.
It's great. Cool, so here's where you list it all out. The procrastinate for 2 hours part is a fundamental part of my day. Great. Yeah, this nav bar is my favorite.
Yeah,
Just
super solid bar.
You can do a plus.
Really well done.
All right, let's move through a couple of these more. I'm gonna get rid of this full screen again, so we can see. So this is Alex's. Let's see what we got.
Bunch of messages and stuff.
So it sounds like you have a team of people that can kind of all discuss tasks at the same time, which I think that's a pretty cool app idea.
Nice thinking, nice.
Let's see, so you can click into them, you know, get your tasks, I'm assuming.
I really like that they changed the background color there, just because it's a nice depth of the text.
Yep, I do like that. And then you can send a response back really easily.
Sweet.
It's a cool idea. Nice work. Really clean, really minimal. Like the typeface.
Yeah, really great.
It's good. All right.
Starting with notification.
I like it. You know, that's a
Creative.
way to get in. As long as it's only like once.
Right.
And it looks like you uploaded something.
Oh, nice.
So we can check it out. Let's click. Take its collab. Nice little like logo. And everything. Oh, click on projects. So this is just going to show me all the projects I'm working on at one time from a design standpoint. So if I'm working on like logos, I can see, and it like tracks how long, and I can see like how much time is going on.
Yeah, that's cool.
This is really nice, really clean, really simple. Handy. I am a sucker for mono type.
Right.
If it's done well, when it looks like it is here, it's really clean, really nice. So I'm into this. This is good.
Yeah, looks good.
You can check out your things. You can see your to-dos.
Super simple.
Aha. Finish app.
Bright green. Love that.
Yeah, I like that. It's a good call out. All right, nice work. This one.
This feels super Microsoft-y.
This does have a Microsoft feel. Oh, right here. Just click on it.
Oh, that's cool.
You have so it shows you like all the photos you have together.
Yeah.
With a single person, which is nice. You can see what events they're going to.
Awesome.
Nice work. Then I think I had that last one. Another Do It app. Nice.
Do
it. Cool. This is really bold. This reminds me of like a print design kind of UI hybrid, which is nice.
Super creative.
Yeah, I guess my feedback would be maybe let's tighten up those circles. Give it a little bit more space. Let it breathe.
Yeah, I would agree. Sweet.
Yeah, here's all your tasks. You can do website. Big back button. I like it.
Yeah, super simple to navigate.
Nice. Well, nice work, everyone. Yeah, this is, like somebody said, like really bold. Cool. I think we...
Pick a winner and then wrap up. We gotta wrap up.
All right. So we're gonna pick a winner. Was there one that stood out to you?
I think the second one. Can I see the second one really quick? Or third, maybe? Yeah, that one really was. I think that one was my favorite.
This one? I think
to pick.
I think I agree.
Perfect.
I think so. So congratulations, Roxana.
The winner.
This was a great app. So well done.
Yeah, very well done.
Yeah, I like the theme of it too.
All right. Well, that was fun.
Yeah. And just a reminder to everyone, tune in all week until Thursday. our show. Then we have 2 others before us. More chances to win things, prizes, socks. And yeah, thanks for being here.
Great to be here.
doing this.
Can't wait to come back tomorrow.